We trust the refrigerator the way people once trusted fire. It hums quietly in the background, cold, dependable, modern. We put our fruit inside and assume time will stop, but it doesn't. Something strange happens instead. Apples wrinkle, pears soften, flavor drains away. Within days, food that should last months begins to rot. Now look backward. In 1890, a gardener without electricity harvested apples in October and ate them in March. Crisp, sweet, alive. No plastic, no compressors, no digital thermostat blinking in the dark. Just wood, soil, air, and patience. So what changed? We like to believe technology replaced ignorance, but in this case, convenience replaced understanding. We didn't improve food storage, we simplified it until it broke. We traded biological balance for a cold box and forgot that fruit is not dead when it leaves the tree. It is still breathing. A refrigerator doesn't stop life, it only slows it, and often in the wrong way. Modern fridges are dry. They strip moisture from fruit. Plastic bags seal in gases that accelerate decay. Bowls on the counter look charming, but they trap invisible signals that tell fruit to age faster. Every option we use today interferes with processes our ancestors worked with, not against. They didn't store fruit to freeze time. They stored fruit to manage life. That distinction matters. Old gardeners didn't ask, how cold should it be? They asked, how does this fruit want to be treated? They understood three forces we mostly ignore now: humidity, airflow, and a silent chemical messenger that determines whether fruit sleeps or dies. This video opens the garden lore vault to recover that lost knowledge, not nostalgia, not aesthetics, practical wisdom that kept families fed through winter without electricity, without waste, without stress. The fridge is not evil, but it is not the truth. And once you understand why, you will never look at your fruit bowl the same way again.
Most people think fruit rots because it's old. That's wrong. Fruit rots because it's talking, and we're trapping the conversation. As fruit ripens, it releases ethylene gas. Ethylene is not a toxin, it's a hormone, a signal. It tells nearby fruit, it's time, speed up. One apple whispers, 10 apples shout. In a sealed space, that signal builds until everything listens. Your fruit bowl? It's a gas chamber. Modern homes are airtight by design. Energy efficiency sealed the drafts that once carried ethylene away. Now the gas lingers. Fruit stacked together ripens together, then collapses together. This is considered normal. It isn't. Old gardeners knew better. They classified crops not by taste, but by behavior. Apples were known as givers. They produced ethylene aggressively. Carrots, potatoes, cabbages were takers. They absorbed the signal and suffered for it. Stored together, carrots turned bitter. Potatoes sprouted early. Cabbages yellowed and softened. So they separated them, sometimes by rooms, sometimes by walls of earth. This wasn't organization, it was chemistry management. Root cellars were drafty on purpose. Slow airflow diluted ethylene without drying fruit. The goal wasn't to trap cold air, but to let gases escape while moisture stayed. That balance is almost impossible inside a modern refrigerator designed to remove humidity and circulate air constantly. Plastic makes the problem worse. Seal fruit in a bag, and ethylene concentrates instantly. One damaged apple releases more gas, accelerates its neighbors, and soon the bag becomes a rot factory. Liquids spread, mold spores jump, loss multiplies. This is why one bad apple spoils the bunch is not a metaphor, it's literal biology. Ancient storage wasn't about stacking food, it was about isolating signals. Once you understand ethylene, storage becomes obvious. Fruit must breathe, but not together. It must rest, but not suffocate. It must age slowly, not be forced into a chemical panic. Until we respect that, no temperature setting will save our harvest. And this is only the first layer of the lore.
Cold alone does not preserve fruit. Cold without moisture kills it slowly. This is the core mistake of modern storage. A refrigerator is efficient at removing heat, but it also removes humidity. Beverages sweat, vegetables shrivel, apples lose firmness, not because they're old, but because they're dehydrating cell by cell. Fruit skin is not a sealed container, it is a membrane. In dry air, moisture escapes continuously. Old gardeners understood this intuitively. They didn't talk about percentages or hygrometers, but they knew the feel of a cellar that worked. If the air felt damp but not wet, if wood didn't crack and apples stayed heavy in the hand, the conditions were right. Their solution was deceptively simple: sand. Clean river sand, play sand, or even fine sawdust was used as a living buffer. They would take a wooden crate, lay down a base layer of slightly damp sand, then place fruit carefully so nothing touched. Another layer of sand followed, then more fruit, until the box was full. The top was sealed not with plastic, but with wood or burlap, breathable, forgiving. Sand does three critical things at once. First, it holds moisture, not surface water, not condensation, but stable humidity. The sand releases moisture slowly, keeping the fruit skin from drying, while never allowing liquid contact that causes rot. Second, it insulates. Sand is thermal mass. Temperature swings that would stress fruit are absorbed and softened. Night freezes and daytime thaws become irrelevant. Inside the box, conditions barely change. Third, it isolates. Each apple exists in its own microclimate. Ethylene disperses into the sand instead of concentrating around neighboring fruit. Mold spores have no easy path to travel. One failure does not cascade. An apple in a refrigerator is fighting the environment. An apple in sand is sleeping. That's why historical accounts describe fruit lasting 5, 6, even 8 months without noticeable loss of texture. Not frozen, not dried, simply paused. This method required no monitoring, no adjustment, no electricity. Once packed correctly, the box was forgotten until winter demanded it. It wasn't storage, it was suspended animation.
Sand wasn't always available. In some regions, paper became the barrier instead. To modernize, wrapping individual apples in newspaper looks obsessive, wasteful, old-fashioned, but it solved a problem plastic cannot. Rot spreads by contact and humidity. When fruit touches fruit, moisture transfers. When one begins to decay, liquid seeps into its neighbor. Mold spores hitchhike instantly. In sealed environments, one failure becomes a chain reaction. Paper stops that. Each fruit wrapped in paper becomes a quarantine zone. If rot begins, the paper absorbs moisture before it can spread. Spores are trapped. Ethylene diffuses outward instead of pooling. You lose one apple, not the entire harvest. This was standard practice, not a special trick. Old storage manuals advised wrapping pears especially, as their skin is thinner and more prone to bruising. Apples destined for spring consumption were wrapped first, while short-term fruit was left loose. Even the type of paper mattered. Newsprint was ideal, breathable, absorbent, untreated. Plastic does the opposite. It traps moisture, seals gases, and accelerates collapse. What looks clean becomes lethal. This is why crates of paper-wrapped fruit lasted through entire winters in cellars that never dropped below freezing. No chemicals, no sprays, just separation. Quarantine is not about fear, it's about containment. Modern food systems assume uniformity, everything stored together, processed together, shipped together. Ancient systems assumed failure and planned for it. They accepted that some fruit would rot and designed storage so it wouldn't take the rest with it. That mindset is the difference between abundance and loss. When you wrap fruit individually, you are not being inefficient, you are respecting biology. And biology rewards patience. Most people stop here. I don't have a root cellar. I live in an apartment. I don't have land. Our ancestors would have laughed, not cruelly, but knowingly. A root cellar was never about stone walls or dirt floors. Those were just tools. The real cellar was a set of conditions: cold, humidity, airflow, and darkness. If you can recreate those forces, you have a cellar, even if you live on the 5th floor. Let's break the illusion. A root cellar operates best between 2 and 7 degrees Celsius, or 35 to 45 degrees Fahrenheit, with high humidity and gentle air exchange. That's it. No magic, no ancient curse, just physics. Here are the methods that actually work. The unheated space method. Balconies, garages, stairwells, storage rooms. These are modern cellars in disguise. A simple insulated cooler or wooden box placed in these zones becomes a stable environment. The insulation prevents freezing. The cold air keeps fruit dormant. A cracked lid or drilled hole allows airflow so gases don't build up. Inside the box, sand-packed fruit or paper-wrapped fruit. Nothing more. People assume cold kills produce. In reality, temperature swings kill produce. Stability preserves it. The apartment hack. If your only option is a refrigerator, you must fight the fridge itself. Crisper drawers are not root cellars, they are compromises. To make them usable, you must add humidity and airflow at the same time. A damp paper towel restores moisture. Perforated bags restore breathing. Separation restores survival. Never seal fruit airtight. Never mix apples with vegetables. Never stack fruit tightly. You are not refrigerating, you are imitating a cellar badly, but better than nothing. Why this works? Fruit is alive. It respires slowly. It responds to pressure, moisture, and gas levels. When you give it the right environment, it cooperates. When you trap it, it dies fast. Our ancestors didn't store food. They slowed time. They understood that preservation is not force, it's permission. You don't need technology. You need restraint. We did not forget how to store food because the knowledge was ineffective. We forgot because it was inconvenient to modern systems. Root cellars don't generate subscriptions. Sand doesn't expire. Paper doesn't require replacement parts. The refrigerator sold us control at the cost of understanding. When fruit rots in days, we blame the fruit. When it dries, we blame the season. When entire harvests are lost, we accept it as normal. It is not normal. It is learned helplessness. Our ancestors expected fruit to last. They planned for it. They built systems around biology instead of forcing biology into boxes. And the proof is still here. Every apple that sleeps through winter in sand, every pear unwrapped in spring still fragrant, every cellar that outlived empires. This is not nostalgia, it is usable knowledge. This week, run the experiment. Take 2 apples, put one in the fridge, put one in sand, paper, or a cool, dark place. Forget them. In a month, you will understand everything we just uncovered. Nature already knows how to preserve itself. We only need to stop interrupting. If this knowledge matters to you, you know what to do. Subscribe to Garden Lore Vault. Share the lore before it's buried again.